Okay, everyone, this is Corinne Lafont, your favorite radio host, your only radio host, okay, on Between the Lines, Empowering Network, and I'm here with Leanne O'Neill. And I have to tell you a little story about Leanne O'Neill, and see, I'm stressing on the O'Neill, because when she communicated with me to be a guest on my show, she did not have O'Neill. She had Leanne, the Barefoot Medium. So I'm like, the Barefoot Medium? That cannot be her surname. And it took me a while. I shouldn't say a very long while because I knew I had to find out her surname in order to introduce her properly on the show. We have to be professional here. And so I went to her lovely website, and down in the footer, down in the footer of the website, I saw O'Neill. I'm like, yay. Okay, so she's Leanne O'Neill. Because all over on her website says, Leanne the Barefoot Medium, Leanne the Barefoot Medium. And what in heaven's name is a barefoot medium? We're going to find out. And in addition to that, we're going to find out what Leanne the Barefoot Medium knows about love and intimacy in relationships. I mean, everybody talks about love and intimacy. Everybody feels they know what love is, right? I need to understand, and we need to understand what love truly feels like. Or is it something that you see, you feel, you can touch? Give it a shape, give it a color, give it what? Is it something that we demystify or we mystify it? I don't know. But we're going to be talking to the Barefoot Medium, also known as, in real, Leanne O'Neill. Let me give you a little introduction about Leanne. She has a long introduction here. I'm going to see if I can cut it short on the fly. Leanne, affectionately known as the Barefoot Medium, like I said before, is a gifted and highly sought after international medium and channel who has connected with, been aware of, and communicated with loved ones. She is incredibly passionate about her work for spirit. I believe in the spirit, and we're going to talk about what the spirit means because we don't want to frighten anybody on the show. She does so with honesty, integrity, love, and compassion. She helps people find a sense of inner peace. Lord, do we need that? And comfort as she brings them together again with their loved ones. Leanne has been blessed to blend and connect with thousands of people, connect with persons who have gone. Yeah, some people are a bit scared about that. So we're going to be focusing today on love and relationship and probably what we could learn from those people in our past. Yeah, have they been doing it right? Yeah, and we're doing it wrong on the earth here. I don't know. I mean, that's why Leanne is on the show. Okay. So Leanne, welcome to Between the Lines. It's good to have you here.
Thank you, Corinne. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be able to come on and share with your listeners some insights and some wisdom about love, intimacy, romance, and, as you say, the spirit or the connection.
That's right. That's right.
That. So thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Now, before we started recording the show, I heard your accent and I'm like, she's not from the States. So you said to me, you're from Australia. Give us the little background there and where you are now. So I can also interject and say where I am talking to you from to show people this is an international show. Come on.
Exactly. So yes, I'm Australian, originally from Brisbane, Australia. 18 months ago, I jumped on a flight because intuitively, spiritually, I'd been getting guidance and messages about needing to be somewhere else. My soul was calling me to a different location to be able to help other people and connect with others and do my work.
Yeah.
One of the things that I also do is work with twin flames and soulmates. So I'd been getting messages from, my guides, my twin flame, as you would call them, or my soul's ultimate partner.
Yes.
To get on a flight and move myself and connect to a different land. And so 18 months ago, I sold everything and I moved to Colombia, South America.
So you're actually close to me. You're actually close to me because I'm in Trinidad and Tobago, which is right on the top there of South America. So we are neighbors.
Exactly. So You know, for me, it's been 18 months worth of getting intimate with myself and growing and learning about a new culture, learning a completely new language,
Language.
connecting with
Down under has to learn Spanish.
exactly. So it's taken me 18 months to really get into that flow and feel like I'm here.
Oh, wow. I have a couple of questions to ask you just based on what you said. Now, somebody listening to this will say, you're crazy. That's a crazy ass move. Nobody just get up, and especially from down under. You're talking about the other side of the world. You're not talking about right where you're living in, within Australia, the surrounding, areas. You're talking fly all the way over to the other side of the world. Nobody just does that. Only crazy people who have nothing to do, don't have a life, no responsibilities. You know that you know what they would say. Yeah. Would do that. Yeah, because if you had responsibilities, clearly you would keep your behind where you were down under in Australia. So what is it that, I mean, we know what compelled you to go, and you talk about you felt this urge, your soul is telling you, and I want us in the discussion to talk about that connectivity with soul and spirit. Because some of us, we get it, Leanne, we get that urge, we ignore it. And we ignore it because of fear, because fear comes in all different forms, shapes, sizes, and colors. And that fear holds us back. No, this is where I'm used to, my friends, my family, I've been here all my life. I can't, no. But you were not afraid of making the move. I don't know.
I was afraid.
Yeah, well,
there was fear there, but
fear can either hold you or it pushes you. It does one or the other. There's no in between. It either keeps you where you are, or if you're a risk taker, it either pushes you. So clearly you're a risk taker, and you probably felt that urge nudging you so often that you're like, God, I can't ignore this anymore. I just need to do this thing. So sometimes we are pushed over the ledge, like, you either grow wings on the way down or something, whatever. So I want you to touch on, there's so many things you said, Leanne. I that's rolling in my head because you mentioned too, you do twin flames. So in other words, soulmates. And I gather, and tell me if I'm wrong, you are not involved with anybody right now. And so there is a calling to go somewhere to get closer to the person that you should be with. And because of that, you're following that love. You're following that guide that is giving you it. Now, you took the risk. You took the leap. You grow wings on the way down because clearly you're in Colombia. So you would have landed safely. You would have landed safely. And clearly the fear is gone because, hell, you did it. Okay, so all the things that you were wondering about is clearly not there anymore. So you're in Colombia. So my question or questions to you is, somebody listening to this, people are out there wanting to do what you did or wanting to do what I did, because I did the same thing. I lived in Jamaica for 21 years. I'm back in Trinidad now. And so I followed what I thought was love to me at the time. I did what I felt was the right thing to do because I had a young child, a 1-year-old, and so I followed. I wanted to grow my family in one place. And so I took the leap, which a lot of people were against, and I just followed what I had to do. So other people may not do what we do because it's their comfort zone. I mean, I'm used to here. My friends and everything is here. And they might say, I was wrong because here I am back home in Trinidad again. It's not a matter of wrong. And you may go to Colombia and you may not find the person there, but it may be on the path to where you need to go. And you have to be in Colombia to learn something to get closer to where your life partner is. It's a journey. So he may not be in Colombia. He may be somewhere else, or he may be back in Australia. but you have to go to Colombia to do something to go back to Australia. I don't know. Help persons understand that lesson, the lessons you have learned, the leap you have taken, the decisions we need to make. It's a lot, and I know, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from with this, because we're talking love, intimacy, and romance. The things we do or need to do or should do, not based on our own do-it-yourself kind of attitude, but what should we really be following to seek or to attract, not even to seek, but to attract the love, intimacy, and romance. Lord, Leanne, it's up to you. I stop talking.
There's a lot of detail in there for me to give that bit of background to how I got here and what's taken place in the last 18 months and what that next part of the journey is. So first of all, I need to go back a little bit and say, when I was in Australia, I had a partner in a relationship with a Colombian man in Australia. Yeah, who kept going back and forwards with where he wanted to live and be based, whether it was Australia or Colombia.
Yeah.
And he had a daughter here, and it just created some challenges in our relationship. And we had a number of other issues come up in amongst it. So I'm grateful for him for opening.
Leanne, I lost you a bit.
I'm grateful for that partner who I would consider a soulmate of a karmic kind, because he brought up a lot of my past baggage, my fears, my self-sabotage patterns that needed healing or clearing, or my self-confidence issues.
Yeah.
And so I was struggling with that and was in a rut or felt stuck had a successful business. I'm a psychic medium. I was doing online TV, radio, readings, events, all sorts of things, and it just stopped flowing. And it just got harder and harder, and it felt like I was in mud and trudging through every day.
Wow.
I had responsibilities like a mortgage and bills to pay, and it kept getting more difficult. And I sat one day and I got intimate with myself and said to my soul, my heart, and you know, in reality, we are, from a soul perspective, from a spirit perspective, we're all love.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just got real with myself and got honest with myself and went, what is it that I'm being called to do?
That's right.
And what is the opportunity here for me?
Yeah.
And I worked so hard in my own business to create those foundations and get it flowing. And I hadn't had a holiday or time for me for 8 years.
Wow.
You know, I stepped out of a university career in management, senior management and teaching, and into my own business. So I sat and I went, right, I've got an opportunity. I want to go explore Machu Picchu, Peru, and I'm going to go and visit Colombia while I'm there, because I've heard about it from my past partner, and I just feel that call.
Yeah.
And I came here on a holiday, and this little town called Santa Marta on the Caribbean coast is just, I fell in love with it. My heart, my soul just knew that this was where I was meant to be. It wasn't on my radar. And when it came time to fly back to Australia, I didn't want to go. I just had these visions of not wanting to leave. And, you know, I had all these responsibilities, and I've got a mortgage to pay, and I've got a business. And anyway, I jumped on the flight, got home, and things started transpiring. and spirits or the universe or whatever you want to call it, God, whoever you believe in, started conspiring.
I like
And conspiracy because
they start working.
I
They work together.
I've resisted. I can't do that. I've got, family, friends, business responsibilities.
Yeah.
And I was a single woman at the time, and I just went, okay. I couldn't pay my mortgage. I couldn't pay the electricity. I couldn't put food in the fridge. It just got harder. And I went, okay, Spirit, I give up the resistance. I accept that this is not where you want me to be.
I'm laughing, Leanne. I'm laughing, Leanne, because it's not that I'm laughing at you.
No.
It's just that when we realize that we are shoved in a corner, and just like you say, it's conspiring. You're like, you look left, you look right, up, down, you twist wrong, turn wrong. And you're like, all right.
I surrender.
Yeah.
Give up. And that's where I think that beautiful part of the intimacy comes in, because, all relationships start with ourselves.
Yes.
And that connection to self and soul and spirit and God or heart or whatever it is you want to term that as.
Yeah.
So, I sold my apartment. The new owner decided he wanted all the furniture as well, which made it really easy.
Ah, yes.
I jumped on a flight. Now, given that, I'd had visions, I'd had information coming in, I'd had guidance coming in of the places I was meant to be. And 2 months after I got here, I call him a soulmate. He is my twin soul. I connected with him, and he started showing me the visions that I'd already had. So I had those synchronicities taking place and those beautiful confirmations in amongst the learning a new language, learning a new culture. And, for the last 18 months, he's been there as my best friend and supporting me through, and this is part of the intimacy that comes up with relationships, and that can be relationship with partner, with friend, with colleagues, but ultimately it's with self. But he's taught me to be vulnerable, and because I had to be, and to come back to me and to connect with me and what feels right for me and feels loving for me. And like you said, what is love?
Yeah. I wanna pause there for a second, because when you're talking, I want people to recognize, just in case they miss it. I don't like when people miss things, because I get it and I want other people to get it. You keep talking about come back to you. Come back to you. So that everything is about you. And when I'm saying that, it doesn't mean a selfish sort of thinking. But just like you mentioned before, you have, and like people say, you have to love yourself first. You have to know who you are first. You can't give of who you are to someone else, whether in a relationship, friend, lover, family, children, any sort of relationship, without understanding who you are. And you're not going to get it overnight. You're not going to get it in a week or a year. It's a continuous process that you're learning about yourself. And it is so, to me, because I am on that journey just like you, it is so exciting. I find it is so exciting, Leanne, to know more and more about myself. But it takes something, and I'm going to say this to you, it takes something, a willingness. And like you mentioned that word of vulnerability. A vulnerability, and people are not willing to be vulnerable. They're like, no, you can't know this about me. No, you I am not sharing myself with you. I am closing this because if you find out about this about me, you're going to judge me. You would look at me differently. Who gives a damn? You
Yeah.
have, that's where the vulnerability. And in order for, to me, my interpretation, you can counter that or give your opinion. For love to really exist, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to open yourself. You have to be willing. So willingness and vulnerability are two things to me, based on, that would attract the love that we want, and also help us to learn about ourselves and determine what we want from what we don't want. Continue, Leanne. You're doing fabulous. Oh my God, this is such a great discussion. Oh.
And I love how you say that vulnerability is so key, because it is. And when I come back to that word intimacy, there's people say, into me I see,
yes,
which is within. Now, from that creation and manifesting or attracting perspective, it's all about being vulnerable and being connected to your heart and to who you are. And if you don't know who you are at the core, then how can you share that with someone else?
But it's scary. It's scary, Leanne. You see, when you decide to be vulnerable, sometimes we don't decide it. Sometimes it's forced upon us to be vulnerable. And there are some people who are scared, fear again, to find out about themselves, to acknowledge this is who they are. Because there are things about me that I learned that people point out about me. That whole criticism or constructive criticism, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. But people are going to tell you certain things about you that you really don't want to acknowledge.
Yep.
And just that alone makes people close up, because I don't want you to think this about me, or this particular part of characteristic about myself I've been trying to keep down. I'm aware of it. I know I can be like this sometimes, and it comes across as this to some people. It's not meant to be that way, but this is how you receive it. So if you're telling me this is how you receive it, it means to say I need to work on myself. And am I really willing to work on myself? Am I really willing to do all those things? So the vulnerability, I think, is, as you say, the key to everything.
And vulnerability takes courage.
Yeah.
And I think that's the word. And look, the last 18 months, I've had to learn to be vulnerable, and with learning a new language in particular, like, I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I'm there. Believe me, I'm there.
So, being a strong, independent woman for such a long time, and having to go, you know what, I surrender, I need help. And allowing that help in takes vulnerability and courage, because what if that help's not there? And that, for me, was bringing up some of my past story, which needed clearing and needed healing, and integrating a new pattern, a new story, to go, hang on a minute, I can be vulnerable, I can have the courage to show the side of me that can be impatient, the side of me that can overthink, that can analyze. And we all experience fear, we all experience doubt. It's allowing ourselves to have the courage, and when you talk relationship and intimacy, it's having the courage to communicate that, and to connect with another in that way. And like I said, whether that's whether that's with a partner.
To attack you.
No, I just had the neighbour's dog come into the apartment. So sorry. We'll flow with that.
Of course.
Are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
We've just frozen a little bit.
Yeah, you froze a while too, but that's okay. We're flowing with it. We're flowing with it. But
Oh, I've got you back. Hi.
yeah.
So what I wanted to say was, you know, whether that's with your partner, your lover, your friend, your family, your colleagues, whoever, it takes vulnerability and the courage to say, you know what, today I'm feeling sad, today I'm feeling frustrated, or today I need support, or I need a hug, or I need a kiss, or I need, you know, I need to embrace my sensuality, or, you know, having the courage to communicate what you need is a part of relationships. And the reality is we're all on this earth to learn to love ourselves more. Whatever that looks like for you, for me, for your partner, for your friends is different. And we have to be able to accept that.
Yeah. You know, I want to interject here. When you mention intimacy, as people say, into me, I see. This is the second time I'm hearing it. I've never heard it before until about 2 or 3 nights ago. I think it was 2 nights ago, actually. I was listening to Oprah when she was talking about The Secret. I actually posted on my Facebook wall. I went to bed like after 2 that morning, just doing that. I was led to listening to that. I had to, you know, that urge, that spirit telling you do something. And I heard Lisa Nichols, the motivational speaker and author, best-selling author, and she was the first person. And imagine, I said, wow, into me I see. For the meaning of, you know, intimacy. And here you are using the same thing again. Another thing I want to mention that you said is here you are, 18 months trying to adjust. You move from Australia, totally different culture, food, people, to Colombia, totally different culture. Well, the language by itself, and I've been trying to learn Spanish for a long time, but the fear gets to me, but I'm taking the plunge. So here you are, we're talking vulnerability and love. Vulnerability as a key to love, intimacy, romance, and in your relationships. What more vulnerable, or I don't know how else to say it, how more vulnerable can you get by leaving a place of comfort to a place where you know nothing? You can't even communicate. I don't know what you say. What? That is the most vulnerable state I don't know of anything bigger than that, but you just move from one to the next and you plant yourself somewhere where you know nothing, you can't speak the language, you don't know what people are telling. You can't communicate to them, they can't communicate with you. It means, Leanne, it takes a certain type of person to do that type of thing. And for us to be so vulnerable that, like we say, we surrender. I don't get what you're saying, you don't get what I'm saying, but we will figure this damn thing out. Somehow, we're going to figure this damn thing out. Whether we do sign language, or we draw on a piece of paper, or we point, or we take your hand, or something. We're going to figure this damn shit out, because I need to communicate what I'm saying to you, and you need to say something to me that I understand. And we eventually we'll get to know each other. So it brings us to a different language, Leanne. It brings us to a different language. It's not Spanish, it's not English. It's a different language that we have to now work out, that we can be on the same level and we understand each other. We have to find a way to communicate. And it means that vulnerability has taken us to a point of humility. Because it pulls you all the way down. Because you have to recognize, well, Lord, I am not in Australia. I'm not in Trinidad anymore. I'm in Jamaica, or I'm in Colombia. And I have to recognize that my ways are not their ways. I am in their country. This is how they live. This is how they move. This is how they eat. This is how they interact. This is what they do. So I now have to recalibrate, bring myself down to a very low level to understand, take the time to understand. And that brings me to a point, and I want you to talk about that. It brings me to a point of relationships. When we talk about love, romance, and relationships, we need to find that common language between the two people. We need to find that common language, and we need to be humble. So you need to step all the way down and realize, I don't know you, you don't know me. I need to take the time to understand you. You need to take the time to understand me. And we use that common language. It's not going to be English. We have to form our own form of communication to make this work. Leanne, your time. Jump in.
Oh gosh. Look, reflecting and looking back, I think the universe, as I said, conspired, and I was blessed to be connected with supportive people who helped teach me Spanish and that type of language. And for me, I would sit and go, ask como se dice, which means how do you say, and I'd point at things, like you said, it's a different language.
Yeah.
But it's for me, and I think, where I was blessed is that, my friend that I was connected with also is aware and open to energy.
Yeah.
And really, we communicate through energy. Yeah. At the end of the day, everything and everyone is energy.
Yeah.
And, like you said, with love relationships, it's about that attraction and that side of things. But we can't attract someone or something to us unless we are a match energetically or vibrationally. And so we communicate that through our thoughts, our emotions, our actions. And, in the beginning, I think there was a lot of energy communication with how to work out, or I need help, or, and that humility of going, I surrender, and and using that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Willing to say I'm sorry when you get something wrong.
Yeah.
And, right or wrong, it's not a judgment. It's just a matter of a learning or an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
So, like you asked, is what's the communication? And I think that's where, with intimacy, connection comes in and communication comes in.
Yes.
There are some people that you can easily connect and communicate with through energy.
Yes.
Which is your words, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. And there's others that it's just a mismatch.
Yeah, yeah. And when you find that mismatch, that should be a sign to you. Don't force it. It's not meant to be. Because if you feel that you're communicating and the person is not connecting with you to pick up on the cues, the feelings, the words, the thoughts, the whatever, then something is not right. Don't force it just because he's sexy, he's good looking, he has money. Yeah, don't force it. Because when I think about it, Leanne, I mean, just like you looking for a life partner, I'm in that situation too. And I keep thinking about relationships, and, I say to myself, when I find my life partner finds me, whichever way works. I thought of, I visualize, or I see the kind of communication that we may have, just like how we are communicating now. And I'm saying, pretend it's you, say you're my life partner, or you're male, not female. and I'm saying something to you. And I can see from your body language and your facial expression that you're not getting it. I would say, I see you're not understanding translation. And I would do a translation, meaning not translation in another language. It just means I'm going to clarify what I'm saying. If you say something to me and I don't react in the way that you expected me to react or respond in the way, I would expect you to say translation. This is what I'm saying. So in other words, it's seeking that clarification. It's drilling it down so that I can get what you're saying and then I can respond accordingly. And I'm not going to take what you say, bring back things from the past experience, play on that, and say, what? Is this what you're saying to me? You're trying to say that I'm fat? You're trying to say that I'm really? When that is not what you're really trying to say. So if somebody says something to me, it's best to clarify. And when I'm having my normal conversations with people, some people get annoyed because I seek clarification. I would say, I do not understand. Can you explain what you mean by this? And I would keep asking until I think I do understand. And then what I do, I repeat it for you. And I would say, is this what you're saying to me? They can either say yes or no. Based on their response, I would say, okay, this is my response then. So if it's yes, I would say, okay, this is my answer. If it's no, then this is my answer. Then we keep going until I know exactly where your mind is. Because sometimes, most of the times, Leanne, and I'm sure you could attest to this, people will say things with their mouth, but that's not really what they want to say. Their mind is saying one thing, their mouth, it comes out a different way, and it's not really what they want to say. And so it takes time to get to really what the point is. Yeah.
And I think that's where the term about intimacy, coming back to yourself, is learning and understanding how you work and what you need in order to be able to communicate in a way that allows you to express and be transparent and be loving and kind and joyful and have that trust.
Yeah.
That opening up and being vulnerable and having the courage to, say if you're having a shit day or a day where you're frustrated.
Yeah.
You have to be able to have trust in that communication for yourself.
Yeah.
And knowing, but how can you communicate that to someone else if you don't know how you feel or what you need?
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying with, when someone else communicates something to you, asking for that clarity.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that connection and that trust comes in and go, have you built a strong enough foundation in your relationships?
Yeah.
Whether that's romantic or otherwise, to be able to sit and, if an issue or problem or something comes up where you need clarity, you can sit down and say, okay, great, I'm hearing you. I understand what you're saying. I need more clarity on that. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Here's what I need. Here's what you need. Where can we find that connection? And, when you talked about the words coming out and, and I'm saying this because it's something I've learned about myself in the last 18 months, is I had a lot of experiences in my past where people would say one thing and do another.
Yeah.
And for me, one of my love languages is words. So what I hear and what people say is really important to me.
Yes.
Because it's how I feel and receive love. That's part of it. And so when the actions were different, it was like, huh?
Yeah.
And it was confusing. So for me, I would try and seek that clarity about why the actions weren't matching the words.
Yeah.
And that for me is what integrity is about, is being in integrity with what you say and what you do. And it was funny, before the interview with you today, I was in a little bit of a space going, I don't feel like I'm fully in integrity with some of the things that I want to say and share and teach. And it's important for me to be what I say and my actions to be aligned.
Yeah.
And
We would feel that we are not normal, like what you were saying. Some things you're not at a point in your life where you can say, I can confidently speak about this because I'm going through this. How can I speak about it? But the fact that you're going through something, it's more than somebody who is not. And
yeah,
so that experience that you may be going through, which means you're still on the continuum,
yeah,
you're still ahead of somebody who is not there yet, or may be getting ready to go through it. So there is integrity in it. There is
yeah,
integrity. You don't have to be an expert like some people, in our industry, as online entrepreneurs.
mm,
People are looking for experts, the so-called experts. How much money have you made in this, and how much of that, and whatever. Show proof, show this, show that. I mean, when I see that type of thinking, like it recently came to me, I kind of had a little back take. I'm like,
mm,
I have been in this industry for so long. I know what I'm talking about. I may not have generated the type of sales that you're looking for, but people in this space, time, and environment are still holding on to the tangibles as opposed to the
mm,
intangibles. And yes, it is good to have those type of proof. I'm not saying no, but what if there come a time when you lose all of that? Do you lose your status of experts, or expertise? Does your credibility lose just because? I mean, I don't understand.
yeah.
You know?
And I think that word expert is, I don't profess to be an expert on twin flames or soulmates or,
Yeah.
love or relationships. I'm an expert in me
Yeah. Right.
and how I work.
Mhm.
And that's where the intimacy and relationship stuff comes in. And, you know, I moved through with some help this morning. I'm not in integrity with this, and what it was for me was, yes, I'm in integrity with the vulnerability, the trust, the connection, the communication, and I've just started stepping more into, because I feel like I've become more of me and my authentic self, and
Yeah.
dropped all that baggage and the fear and the all of that, and being more playful and more
Oh
fun.
yeah. Yeah.
And I've started embracing a little bit more of my sensuality, but I
Yay.
felt I wasn't in alignment with the, hang on a minute, how can I talk about sensuality and sex and I'm not aligned with it?
Or that. Yeah.
You know, what I am in alignment with is knowing that we all go through stuff
That's right. Yeah.
to take us one step
At a
closer
time. Mhm.
to what we're asking for. And if some of your listeners are out there, or those listening to us today are wanting to attract a partner
Yes.
romantically, or a lover, or whatever it is that they choose to have, I'm in acceptance with all of that,
Mhm.
then you need to be able to move through those fears and really look at yourself and go, well, where am I holding myself back? And is that what I need? And is that really what I want?
Yeah. Yeah. And for those persons who, I like how you came to that, because I was just about to mention it, who are looking for that soulmate. You took the leap. You followed yourself You took yourself to Colombia. And you said you have someone now who is working with you, who is with you.
Who's
Um,
a, yeah.
yeah, supporting you, etc. And you're connecting in that way. Now, people are, people think, like I said to a woman the other day, I was traveling in a taxi, and I said to her, her partner did some little things that I just noticed. He opened the door for her. When he sat in the front seat, she was sitting in the back. He put his hands on her knees and just touched her. And I said, that was such a loving thing to do. I can feel the energy from both of them, from him to her. And I told him, I said, I even joke with him. I say, hey, whatever she's getting, I want some of that, you can't be just giving her that alone, But I was just saying to him, it feels good. I feel the energy from both of them, the connectivity they have. And sometimes, Leanne, we find this later in our life, when earlier in our days we do it on our own. Yeah, because we
Mhm.
have to do it by ourselves, do it our way. And just like you say, I give up. You know, after a while, you're just like, let it go. Whatever will be, and you let God or whoever your source is work within you. You know, because you have let it go. You are now telling the universe, I am just open to whatever you want to do with me. I was doing it my way before, and clearly it's not working. I am just letting this damn thing go. And so I can see from that couple that there's a connectivity there. There's an openness, a love, a passion, a care, you know. And like I said to her and to him, people feel that women want bells and whistles. It's the simple little things. Opening the door for her, making sure she was fine, safe inside, you know, touching her, making sure that she's there every now and again, look back at the back seat just to say, to smile, to nod at her. It's the simple little gestures that makes the world of difference, you know. And so when people are looking for love and intimacy and romance, and they think, oh, it's the whole media thing. Ooh, take me to the best restaurants, oh, the finest whatever. That's nice. I'm not saying no, who wouldn't want that? But it's just the littlest things. The littlest things.
And I think it comes back to, or I feel it comes back to that energy communication and that connection with self and looking at within. And, you know, one of the things that I work with is, and that, you know, we're running a retreat with, is mirror of the soul, which is really about mirror. Our outside world mirrors what's within us. And so if you're within yourself unhappy, or not feeling, or not loving yourself, or not able to communicate and connect with your own self, then how can you expect an external person or being or whatever to reflect that back to you? You know, like I said, that can be from a partner, a lover, a friend, a family member, or a colleague, whatever it is. It's really important that we come back and look at what our soul is mirroring to us. And what are we being invited to shift, transform, clear, or step into?
I like how you said
if
that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it comes back to what you were saying earlier, that some people are not prepared to deal with themselves. They are afraid of accepting, acknowledging who they are, who the qualities, the characteristics within themselves. Some people just, you know, don't want to deal with that. Some people just don't want to deal with that. I see Leanne jump back on. Hey, Leanne, are you here?
Yes.
Yes, great. It just froze up for a bit, and I continued talking until you jump back in. But I wanna look at your website, because I always feature my guests' website and their books and everything. So when people want to connect with you, they know how to find you. So give me your website.
I have two. I've got the barefootmedium.com.au.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to bring that up.
And like I was mentioning, you know, we're running some retreats around the Mirror of the Soul, with our first one in May in Colombia. And it is about love, relationships, connection with self. Keeps freezing. And
are you seeing that on your screen?
Yes, I am. There it is.
Yes.
So, you know, we want to invite people to come and connect with us in Colombia and start transforming their love, relationships, and how they're connecting with themselves.
When is this?
It's in May, the 14th of May.
Where do I find that? On the events?
Under retreats.
Okay, Mirror of the Soul.
Mirror of the Soul. So, you know, we're inviting people to come and join.
Is that your partner?
tips. Yeah.
He's cute. He is so super cute. Is this is the same one that you met in Australia, or this is a different person?
No, Adalgo's Colombian.
Oh, he's Colombian.
Yeah, and he's him and I are working together on retreats, and
He is so super cute. I just love Spanish people. He is so super cute. Tell him I said that.
He can hear you. He's here.
Tell him to put his face in. Let's see. Tell him to show his face and say hi. Let him come in. Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Oh, great. You make sure and take care of Leanne. I am looking at your picture. Oh my God, you're so super cute. This is nice.
Thank you.
I'm embarrassing Leanne. She didn't expect that.
You're very cute. Okay.
So, you take care.
Goodbye. Nice
Bye.
to meet you.
Adios. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Gracias.
Yeah, Leanne. So this is nice. So both of you are working on this retreat.
Yes, we're both teaching into the retreat with a small group of up to 10 people that we will take along the beautiful Caribbean coast here in Colombia.
Nice.
Through Cartagena and Santa Marta, then up into the beautiful Sierra Nevada mountains.
Yes, I have to visit you in Colombia. Colombia is on my to-do list. Oh my God.
I know that a lot of people have different perceptions, but it is incredibly safe. It's a beautiful.
Not worried. I am not worried. Who are you telling that to?
No, and it's a beautiful country. The people are very open, very friendly, very supportive. And if you're interested in the retreat, you don't need to speak Spanish.
No, I want
to. My Spanish is better, and he speaks English.
No, I have to speak Spanish. I am not coming to Colombia. And let me tell your partner one time, one of my goals and my dreams, because I do Latin dancing, I'm a Latin dancer. And so anything Spanish, I absolutely love.
Yeah.
So one of my dreams is to travel to Spanish speaking countries in the world and dance and practice the culture. So we've got a dance class built into the retreat, and we take you out dancing one night Colombian style. Oh yes, very He's inviting you to Colombia. Oh yes, tell him look out for me. I'm on the next jet plane. We would love to have you. Oh yes, I have to come to Colombia. And that mud volcano, oh Jesus, I can't, oh my God. Listen, Leanne, just look out for me. We have to share contacts, because this has gotten very serious. The spirits have led us to meet each other, because I'm telling you, everything is for a reason. There's no coincidence in this universe. Everything is for a reason. And the fact that I met you, that I met your partner, and you're in Colombia, oh, it's on. It's on. The other website, if you want to check it out, we run a travel agency and tour company here in Colombia called Cosmo Dorado. Am I spelling it right? CosmoDorado.com. We'll be running more retreats and more tours and journeys throughout Colombia. Nice, nice. But look here, I would just contact you. Contact you. Okay, but this is for everyone else, because I have special treatment. Okay? Yeah. Absolutely. I have special treatment. I am now a very good friend of Leanne. Yeah. Okay. Yes, we would love to have you, and we would take you to some beautiful places, and the mud volcano is amazing. Yes, and meet all the nice Spanish men, Leanne. That is important.
And that's probably why a lot of people would enjoy Colombia. Amazing Latino men.
Yes.
Or for the men that may be listening, the Latino women.
Hello, there's a motive. There's a motive behind it. We have an agenda, Leanne. We have an agenda. This has been wonderful. Leanne, I want to go back. You have a book, don't you?
I have 4 books.
Okay, wonderful. And I want to feature your book. So I'm back on your website. Where are your books?
They're products.
Yeah. Okay, books, yeah.
So I've got 3 in a series at the moment, which is Basics of Working with Spirit, Divination Tools and Techniques, and Reading the Tarot Intuitively.
Okay.
There's a 4th one coming in that series, which is all about mediumship and how you can learn to connect with past loved ones. And so for those interested in learning about intuition and working with that in your everyday life, the first book, Basics of Working with Spirit, would be useful.
It's not a safe thing to do, Leanne. Some people I know will ask that, to connect with people of the past. They always say leave the dead dead. Just don't interfere. What
Yeah.
are your thoughts on that? Because I know people are a bit spooky about those things. Why would somebody want to do that?
Certainly here in Colombia, there are people who have that belief system is once someone's passed, respect the dead. Yeah. And all of my work is all about love and respect. So for me, when I connect to loved ones who've passed over, it's about bringing through the love that they had for them when they were here and helping them to be able to heal or come to peace with their loved ones passing, and to be able to move through life every day with that love in their heart, and know that, you know, their loved ones are just a thought away. And, you know, I do that in a really respectful way. And if someone isn't open to it, then I respect that.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
You know, we all have different beliefs, and, you know, some people believe in God, some people believe in Buddha, Muhammad, whatever, universe, spirit. It's okay.
It's just different names for the same thing.
It's all the same energy for me.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's a one energy source. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just go back to the source. We go back to energy.
Yeah.
When we.
Yeah. Yeah. So the barefoot medium. What is it about a barefoot medium? You go barefoot a lot.
I take my shoes off whenever I can.
I love that.
I came into the world without shoes. I'll go out without them.
Honey, you did not come in here with your stilettos, okay?
No.
You did not step on.
And it's also a beautiful way to connect to the earth.
I do.
And for me, it's about when we connect to the universe or spirit or source, it's also about connecting to the earth.
Yeah.
And because the earth is what provides us with what we need.
But that's where we came
food.
from
water.
Yeah.
And that's where we manifest from. So we need to connect to the earth as well as to the universe.
Yes. I have a deep connection. I have a deep connection with the earth, and I'm most of the time I'm barefoot all the time. And I feel odd when I have on like my slippers here in the Caribbean. You know, if I have to step outside, then I would, you know, put it on because there may be things to cut my feet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm on the beach, oh my gosh, I need to walk barefoot. I'm in the house, I have to walk barefoot. You know, wherever I just can't. It's like, and I picked up on it even more so this week, and I'm like, wow, I just feel a connection through my feet. You know, I feel that connection through my feet. So I can understand that. And you look great in that picture there. Where is that?
That's in a little town here in Colombia is Minca. So it's up in the Sierra Nevada mountains with rainforest and beautiful
Oh, lovely.
water creeks and rivers and waterfalls. It's just a beautiful place to clear your energy, clear your soul,
I
connect
love
with, get intimate with yourself and find out what you're feeling and, yeah, relax and re-energize.
Yes, yes. It's like a permanent vacation. Love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. Leanne, it's been an honor. I mean, I don't know how long we have been talking, but I don't care. It has it's been an honor. And I just wanna say to you that I'm glad you're my neighbor now and I don't have to fly all the way to Australia to see you.
No, you don't. Thank you so much for
Yes,
connecting.
yes. And you have so much to share, with persons, especially that leap of faith you took to move from Australia to Colombia, two different sides of the world, challenges, coming out of your comfort zone. And, you only need to do it once, Leanne, and I'm sure you know that. If you do it once, you are very capable of doing anything else. Anything else. Fear. I mean, what is fear, really? What is fear? You can't. There's no such thing.
No, there isn't. It's just, fear is just a way of holding ourselves back.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And I'm glad that you found somebody that is working with you. He's so cute. Let me say that again. And yeah, somebody, and it makes you. Let me tell you, when two people combine, their energy combined, it makes everything expand and multiply 10, 100 times fold. Everything that you're working on, feeling, and the love mixed in all of that, it just expands. It's amazing, that feeling, that energy when you connect with the right person. And it just takes time. So for persons who are listening to this or who will be listening to this, I want them to know, just be patient, be obedient to the voices, to the spirit, to the universe, to God, whoever it is that you serve or you, whatever. Just be patient and be obedient. Don't try to do things on your own. And this is what, Leanne has been saying. I mean, she has proven it. I have lived it. I am living it. And it's a continuous journey. There's no end to this. So I want to thank you, Leanne, for being on my show Between the Lines and for taking the time to spend with me and, for sharing your life partner, even though I put him on the spot, sharing him with us. I mean, I do these crazy things. This is my show, so I could do what I want. So, right? Thank you. I put you on the spot. Forgive me, but it's great to just be on the spot and just do things on the fly. Yeah, it makes it all the better. So I'll be seeing you in Colombia.
Thank you so much, Corinne, and I'm so grateful and blessed for the opportunity to connect with you and your listeners and share with you.
Yes, it's been a blessing. Thank you so much, Leanne. All the best to you and your workshop. Everything. I might not be able to make it to this workshop, this retreat, because I'm having a conference in May, so I'm in the midst of that. And I have monthly workshops and a lot of things are happening, but I will definitely carve out some time. And it's on my list, Colombia, so I am going to come and see you.
Awesome. Look forward to seeing you here.
All right, my darling. You have a blessed one.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye.